I just wanted to make a video about this subject real quick. There seems to be a connection between being an INFJ and being the scapegoat child, being scapegoated. There seems to be a connection with this, that the INFJ becomes the scapegoat, um, or the INFJ gets created by being scapegoated. You know what I mean? They get created that way into an INFJ, which I think is a possibility because um, when I was younger, you know, I feel like uh, I may not have been an INFJ at the start. You know, I may have been more extroverted. I remember being really extroverted, when I was young. So I'm not sure, but I know being extroverted, the INFJ is the most extroverted of the introverts. So I got to take that into account as well. But it just seems like, reading comments over the years. I remember comments, from years back, and you know what I'm saying? I remember people's comments because they helped me. I think they helped me on this road, this journey that I'm on, this path that I'm on, you know, uh, totally separate from the family unit, that you began in. Um, I feel like the comments help me keep going and encourage me. You know what I mean? Because it is kind of a hard road, and a lonely road as well, um, to keep going without any real emotional support. You know what I mean? Or of any kind. No family, no nothing. It is hard to find that support to keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? And still try to keep on going and improving. Um, and I feel like that's a skill in itself, is to keep on motivating yourself, keep on, to keep going and keep trying and keep getting better. I feel like that's a skill in it of itself, um, to keep that going. Um, but I do think, I just think the INFJs uh, we're easy targets because we don't want to we don't want to harm anybody. We don't want to confront anybody. We don't, you know what I mean? We just want peace. We don't, you know what I'm saying? We just want to keep the peace. But as we know, they can't survive off the peace. They thrive off the non-peace, the chaos. That's how they thrive. That's how they function. That's how their personalities function. Getting the fuel off of you, off the chaos, off the reactions. That they thrive off that kind of environment. The gossiping, the you name it. The verbal abuse, the physical abuse, all the abuse you endured. Uh, that's how they keep. That's how they survive. They survive off that. You know, um, that's what I've learned as well over the years, is they survive off that kind of environment, that chaotic environment that you don't like, that we don't like. We don't like that. You know what I mean? But they don't care that we don't like that, and we just want to keep the peace, and you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here, but I do think there is, as much as I hate to say that we are kind of easy targets, I can see how I'm an easy target, and I was an easy target. Um, because we just take it, we just take what they dish out. We can take what they dish out, and we do take what they dish out constantly throughout life. We just take what they dish out. We just, you know what I mean? Um, and we have and we're really strong because we can take what they dish out constantly. We've developed a strength, from it, in my opinion. Um, to be able to take what anybody dishes out. We have that skill to do that, to handle the bullying, to handle, that kind of a um, environment and individual. We're used to it, and I think part of the healing is trying to get courage against that, get stronger against that kind of a person or individual, so they don't put you in the fawn position, the scared position that you've been in and I've been in for most of our lives. But anyways, but I don't know. It is kind of a hard road, you know. Um, Even when you're taking the healing road seriously, like I have been for a lot of it, I've been trying to heal, um, it's still a very difficult road, without any help, you know, you know, without help from God or something. It's a very hard road without that, and I admit that um, myself. And I wonder if all INFJs end up relying on God totally, because I can see how that could be the case. We all, in order to survive in this world, we have to rely on God completely, um, to look out for us. You know what I mean? To protect us. Even though we may not have felt protected growing up. I know I didn't feel protected in my younger years. I just hope that I'm protected in my adult years. That I'm looked out for as I heal in my adult years, and it seems like I have been, looked out for, um, and protected by something, of a higher power of some kind. So I acknowledge um, that something has been looking out for me in my later years, in life, um, on the contrast of my younger years, that I felt like nothing was looking out for me in my younger years, growing up. There seems to be something that is looking out for me, but may have watched what I endured growing up, you know, and they couldn't intervene against it for whatever reason. Free will, you know, everybody's has free will, you know, even to harm another person, they have free will. To scapegoat, they have free will to do that. Even though I didn't like that, and I did, you know, for a long time, I didn't care for that free will thing of not intervening to protect a kid. Growing up, I didn't like that God didn't intervene, and I admit that. But it does seem like He's been looking out for me, um, so far in my later years, in my adult years, um, so far. Um, but even though I do think life is hard, and every day is a struggle, every day's hard, I still think something's looking out for me, from somewhere. But anyways, I was just thinking back to the topic, the connection between being an INFJ and being the scapegoat child, um, or a scapegoat target. There does seem to be a connection to, us being easy targets for bullies, um, and that kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys are doing good out there. Hope you guys are staying strong out there. And that's all I'll say for this video, I think. So I will talk to you later.